Okay, so I'm in this group for people who went to the New Leader Conference. And so they have speakers once a week, and I was listening to one last night, and it was really, really good. So I wanted to, instead of like having a guest speaker, I wanted to share the video because I can't just like share it for you guys to watch on your own.
Okay.
Since it's like private. So I wanted to do that, and then I think that was really it. And just talk about like stuff that's coming up, and that's about it as far as like agenda goes and whatever you guys want to cover. So,
okay.
I guess we'll just do real quick. Coming up next week, we have our new coach mentorship starting on Monday. So that's what you should be inviting to all week. In our new coach training, I kind of gave you something to talk about every day, whether in your stories or in a post. And then you just invite from those every day.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, next week, we'll have our free group, the morning group. Do you guys want posts to do posts in there too? Like just take some of the posts like we did last time?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we still doing any more posts in our app for 100 Morning Meltdown? Or was it just during that prep week?
It should be the whole 100 days.
Did we divide it up again? Like, am I supposed to still, like, remember how you gave us a list of who's to post when and everything like that for the first couple days?
Yeah, that was for the whole thing. So like every day that you had, go in and post. Does that make like, I don't remember what day you had, but say you had Thursdays, like every Thursday morning you go in and you post that post.
Okay. I missed that. Sorry.
Okay.
I have not been doing that. I'll make sure I go back and do that.
Yeah. So like whatever check-in you had and then whatever post you had. And you can go in and you can schedule them out for the whole 100 days so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I haven't been really paying attention to that group because I'm not doing it. So like I'll go in and like everything, but I haven't been paying attention if there's been like a morning post. Whoops.
Okay.
Maybe I should have.
I'll go check that then.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'll do a post in our team page about posting for the morning group. And I'll make a schedule.
Okay.
And it's just a week long, so.
Okay.
And then I'll
the 19th or the 26th.
Yeah, I'll share the like the drive of it all so you guys can just have it so you know.
Okay. You said the 19th to the 26th?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So I guess like Friday or Saturday I would do a post about, you know, the free group getting up early, and you know what I mean. Okay. All right, so that's it for coming up. We will not have a call next week, but then we'll have a call again on the 26th.
Okay.
Carrie said she's trying to log in, but Zoom is not being cooperative.
Hey guys, I have a question non-related to anything. Do you know exactly, when you have pink eye, does your whole eye get pink, or do you just have Do you know what it's like?
I don't think
I
it
do.
has to get pink.
It doesn't. Do
Okay.
you think you have it?
I think I have something. Yesterday, my eye, and today I have my glasses on because I don't want to put my contacts in. It's really sore at the bottom, and when you pull my lid down a little bit, it's red on the inside.
Mhm.
But just on that one eye, and it almost hurts. It's like almost like I feel like my muscle is really sore.
Is it draining?
Yeah.
'Cause usually there's like
Okay.
Like
the
No. I'm gonna call the eye doctor tomorrow, but I was
Yeah.
curious. If
definitely get it checked out. I remember I had it one time and I thought that I didn't, and it was draining a lot and
Close
it
the door.
ached a lot, and I was in denial about it the whole day. And then finally with the doctor, they're like, you have pink eye. So yeah, it doesn't have to get pink though.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll call tomorrow morning because they're open.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it spreading to the other eye
No.
Oh gosh.
or to anybody else.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Hello. I don't think she can hear us yet.
I don't know.
Out.
You made it.
I think it wanted to update my Zoom app.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But don't feel bad. I walked in from soccer practice at 8:33, so we just started.
Well, I was tucking the little ones in, and Eleni's like, "You better hurry, Mom. It's 8:30." I was like, "Thank you for that." Like, now you're worried?
Right. Can you go to bed, please?
Yeah.
I can get on. All right. We were just talking about what's coming up. So next week is the new coach mentorship, which I had messaged you a little bit ago.
Yep.
We're inviting to that. And in our new coach training, I had posted, so each day, a different myth to kind of talk about either in a post or in your stories.
Okay.
Just kind of busting each one. Like today was time. I don't have enough time.
Okay.
But they're all in there. And then next Monday, we're also starting a get geared up to get up in the morning kind of group, like a Miracle Morning based free group.
Okay.
And Facebook. And no call next week, and then call again on the 26th.
Okay.
So that's all that's coming up. But I want to share, instead of having a guest speaker, I want to share a little training that I heard in a group that I can't just share to you guys. So give me a second to pull it up. Oh, wait, hold on. Something special I have to hit here.
I'm so honored to be in here. When Sydney asked me to pop in here, I was like, man, I didn't have an NLC group when I went.
Can you guys hear that and see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And so that's super cool that you guys have this. But I wanted to introduce myself really quickly. I know I'm on here a couple minutes early, but my mom has my kids, and so I want to just make sure I'm maxing out this time and you don't get interrupted. But my name's Abby. I live out in Oregon, just outside of Portland. I'm married to my college sweetheart, and I've got a 6-year-old son. He just turned 6, and a little girl named Paisley who just turned 2. And I have been a coach for 4 years. So I came into this business probably like so many of you guys did. I was in 21 Day Fix, changed my life after I had my son. I creeped on my coach on Instagram, no joke, for 3 months, didn't like her, was very careful to never follow her. Like, thank God there weren't stories then, because she would have seen me creeping on those every day. And then I was just that coach who came completely out of the blue and signed up without ever having talked to her before. So there are people out there like me who are just watching and creeping on your stuff and are, might take 3 months to follow up with them. But that's kind of how I stumbled into it. I was a full-time working mom, so I worked in higher education. I was a assistant director of college admissions at my alma mater, which I loved, but it required a lot of travel, and so I did that for 2.5 years. Oh, hey, Lauren, before coming to coach full-time. So at 2.5 years into my business, I hit 2-star. My business exploded. I was able to quit my job and come home and be a full-time coach/mom. And I will tell you, and maybe it's just my kids, I don't know, I love them so much, but they are both at very needy seasons. And it is honestly a heck of a lot harder to do this business full-time from home with little kids than it was full-time with a full-time job, just like being real. But that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And I don't want to take tons of your time, but I'm literally an open book, so you can ask me anything. But my business exploded in some of the hardest seasons for me personally. And I want to talk about that because I see so many coaches, even on my team, who let life happen. And I really think there's a power and a magic that comes when you lean in, because it is when you can really show who you are and the authenticity that comes. And so I have 2 examples for you, and then just some tangible tips on what I did to kind of create the momentum within those seasons. But the very first one, when I was about to have my daughter, my son was 3.5, almost 4. I was very pregnant, very working, very busy. And I remember being like, holy cow, how am I going to do this? I don't even know. But my business exploded to 2-star, and my income doubled within 2 months of having Paisley, not because I was necessarily crushing it, but because I didn't quit. And so I kept showing up. Obviously, I didn't post while I was having her, but I really showed up in the postpartum season, even though I was very sleep deprived, very sore, trying to, all the things. I talked about my nutrition. I talked about how I was still leading boot camps and, I couldn't work out. I committed to, we didn't have Portion Fix at the time or 2B Mindset. Those would be amazing things, but I chose to do the Ultimate Reset and went all in on that. So I would have things to share about. And basically, what happened, I think, is that people saw I wasn't going anywhere and that I was the real deal. And so they'd been watching me for 2 years, but when really life started to happen, our results, if you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call that Rob did yesterday, like, our results are our business. And so I got results postpartum, right? But I was talking about the real stuff, how my precious sweet baby girl still does not sleep through the night at 2. She's the world's worst sleeper. We ended up having like this huge house remodel project that was not planned and not wanted, and all this stuff happened, kind of shit hit the fan. And I showed up. And I really just, that was a happy season, and babies are fantastic for engagement, but any of you moms know that it's really hard to show up on social media. It's hard to show up on stories when you're sleep deprived and bleary-eyed and really don't feel like you even have workouts to post about. So get creative, find something to commit to. Fast forward another few years, and I don't know, probably none of you follow me on social media, but if you did, you would have seen that this last January I was pregnant. I actually should be 35 weeks pregnant right now, and I'm not, because we lost the baby in March, and I went through a very, very public miscarriage, kind of sharing that whole journey, and guess what? My business exploded. Again, not because I was monetizing a really hard thing, but because I showed up. Because what happens is, in the hard seasons of your life, people tune in, because everybody has hard. Their hard might be different than your hard, but everybody has struggles. And when you can show up, now when I was sitting on the couch post DNC, not able to move with all the complications, I wasn't working out. It was right when Ultimate Portion Fix was launching. I wasn't talking about it. I felt like such a failure, honestly, guys, because I didn't feel like I could even talk about it without sounding super inauthentic. But I showed up every day, and I talked about my faith is really important to me. I talked about that. I talked about motherhood. I shared that it was hard and that it really sucked and that I threw me some curveballs. and I talked about my workout plan, and I talked a lot about miscarriage and was just open because it's a subject that not many people are. And what that did, even though I was not inviting to challenge groups, I was not talking about Ultimate Portion Fix, I didn't for a season really even know how to weave those back in without sounding like I didn't care. But what it did is, guess how many messages I got on Instagram? Guess how my followers grew? Because I was talking about the real. People don't need to see you holding up, I'm just gonna grab my son's cup, like you holding up your shake cup. That's a so what post. People don't need to see that you worked out. It's like, okay, goody for you. They need to know that when you're going through life, that when life hits hard, in the good times with new babies, or in the really hard seasons that are loss or maybe personal, that you're going to still be there, because consistency builds trust, and the real seasons of your life are what show that you are what you say you are. Because honestly, people can go buy Beachbody on Amazon. People can go to YouTube Fitness Blender videos. They can make up their own shake. Like, people can do that. So what they're buying into is you, is your story, and your story matters. People don't care if you work out that day. People care about why. People don't care about your nutrition. They care about, okay, how are you finding balance? What does this look like? Like, share the why behind it, because that builds it. And so I'm not asking you to air your dirty laundry by any means. There's enough griping on social media. But what I am asking you to do is to go a little bit deeper and actually go back on a strategic note and take a look at your analytics. I'm not an Instagram expert by any means, but I would say it's probably where about 90% of my business comes from now. I started on Facebook. And what I've done, what I've noticed is that if I go and look at the posts that are getting the most engagement and the most traction, surprise, surprise, it's not when I'm talking about the business. It's not necessarily when I'm talking about my challenge groups. It's when I'm talking about my marriage, and not just like, oh, I love my hubby, he's so hot, but like, hey, here's been some like secrets to success and why I adore this guy for the last 10 years, or here's like our super embarrassing story of how we met, or, you know, whatever. People love that. They want to get to know you. So start to look at, okay, what are people liking to see? If I get a little in-depth and personal, yesterday I totally lost it during Morning Meltdown. If you guys are doing it, it was the Fight Club day, and it had these punches, and it was a really hard parenting day. And I literally just burst into tears. I happened to be recording it, and I thought about it for a second, and I decided to share it. And that was my post last night. I talked about how I lost it during my workout, and how it's just been a really hard season where I haven't felt like I've had much value to give. But here's what I'm fighting for. Here's what I'm showing up for. Guess how many comments that got on Instagram, guys? It wasn't a challenge group invite. It was being like, okay, Abby's not perfect. She cries too. Her kids throw little fits too. It's been hot, like whatever. So I want you to dig into your story today. And I want you to think about the real stuff that's going on behind the scenes that maybe you don't want to talk about, or maybe you don't even know how, but to start figuring out how to share those in a way that's not airing your laundry, but that will build trust and share your story. And maybe you have the resolution to it, and you can talk about like, I was here and now I'm here. But maybe you're in the messy middle. But guys, the messy middle is where your story flourishes. That's where people are going to start to connect with you and say like, okay, she's trying to juggle X, Y, or Z, or figure out her kids are going to school for the first time, or gosh, she's like juggling this insane job and doesn't even have time to do her laundry when she comes home, or whatever it is. People start relating to that, and that's what hooks them on your story, and that's what builds the trust. And then when they're ready to jump in your challenge group, or when they're ready to join your team, they know that you're not going to go anywhere. And you're also going to start to find your tribe, because you want to work with people who are like you, right? For 2 years in my business, my very first 2 years as a coach, I drug my team. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but I would see potential in them that they did not see in themselves. And I would freaking drag them to Diamond. I dragged them to Emerald. I was constantly frustrated, constantly discouraged, and I wasted so much time because they did not want it like I did. But also, to be quite frank with you, they were not my tribe. I was trying to appeal to everybody the way I posted. I was trying to kind of, I don't know, bring anybody in. And now I'm a little bit picky. I don't send coaching invites to just anybody, because I really don't want just anybody on my team. And I will say in my Instagram stories, I will say in anything of mine that you look at, exactly who I'm looking for. And I, for instance, am very bold because I'm a Christian. My faith is very important to me. I'm very bold about my faith. I'm very bold about certain areas of my life. not because I want to turn people away, but because I want to attract the gals who resonate with me. And guess what? My team this year has exploded because I really started to get crystal clear on who I am through the struggles in my life, the things that are important to me. It's kind of refined that. And I'm able to say like, okay, this is the gal that I'm looking for. If you resonate with this, we are going to be BFFs, because I want to hang out with you on the Success Club trip. I want our kids to have play dates together. I don't want to be like, okay, you're on my team and I don't want to talk to you, because I had a few of those guys and it wasn't fun for anybody. So one kind of thing that's a practical tip that I really did to grow my team this last year is while I was kind of transitioning to this new way of talking about the business, being much more bold and much more niched, I still had this whole team of people who, and I still do, some of them who didn't quite get it. And I looked at my points last year for Premier and realized that like, oh my gosh, we had the points for Elite or Premier. And I shot for Elite for like 3 years. I think we're going to hit it this year and I'm really excited. But I built myself to 3-star diamond in 3 weeks. And I hit Premier on my own for my team. And guess what? When all the recognition started happening, when all the shout outs started coming, as I got recognized on stage at Summit, guess who's starting to join my team? My tribe, the girls who've been watching me, because now they're like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is an actual thing. So what I did in those last few months, and if you're in a season where you're like, yeah, my team is just not doing anything, stop wasting your time with them. Love them, bless and release them, but do not spend time dragging them. They have all the resources that they need. So as long as you have given them the resources, plugged them into what they need, it is not your job to make them successful if they are not willing to meet you halfway. So that's the first thing that I'll say. So start recruiting, start projecting, start putting out there who you want in your tribe, and it will come. But in the meantime, really take a look at your goals and say like, okay, my goal is to get to 2-star as fast as I can because I want that bonus, because I want to open that second business center because I know that will change my business. Or I want to get to Premier this year or Elite. I want to start qualifying for these things. Take a look at your downline. I built my husband's account to diamond. I built my second business center to diamond. And then I actually built one of the coaches on my right leg to diamond. I didn't really tell my team that about her, but I built her to diamond because 3-star was so important to me to hit that goal. And what I did is I started talking about my challenge groups every single freaking day in my stories. Every day. Like every day it gets talked about, and it still does, and coaching. You will hear me talk about the business in my challenge groups in some form every single day, not in a spammy way, but my followers know what to expect now. I ran a flash sale, and it was right over Thanksgiving, and I sent out emails to every single one of my customers. I sent messages to every single one of the people watching my stories on Instagram to invite them to this flash sale. I sent emails and messages to every single person who had told me no in the past and invited them to it. It was 48 hours. I'm sure you guys have all had the templates, but if you don't, I'm happy to share. And then I put them all in a Facebook group. I did a little flash sale for them because I knew I just needed a few discount coaches to come out of that group. I ended up hitting Success Club 45 between all the accounts that I was working with. And again, guys, I'm like an SC15 kind of girl. I'm not a huge numbers person. To be quite honest, I'm not one of those coaches who hits insane numbers. But so for me, that was a big one. And I plugged them in. So what I would do is if someone purchased, I would be like, I wouldn't ask them if they wanted to be a discount coach or anything like that. I would just say something like, hey, Lauren, so excited to get you set up, with Ultimate Portion Fix. You're going to love it. I just sent you off the email. You'll see that you're getting my discount. I was able to get you my 25% discount on any future products, which is really, really great. And you have the option of actually earning some commission if you have anyone who you want to plug into your group. And I always recommend that because it's better to do with friends. So here's the link. If you want to sign up a different way, just let me know. But I always like to give my customers the best bang for their buck. So that's what I would say. I didn't ask them. I just told them. And I'd say 9 times out of 10, everyone was like, okay, cool, thanks. And then if I was signing them up under my spouse or under my other coach, what I would do is I would just say like, hey, you're going to see the email come from Alora. it's just where I'm placing you in my business. I'm still your coach. Don't even worry about it. And nobody ever said anything otherwise. So I basically built very unstably, I will be honest, but I built those discount coaches because I knew that I needed 10 coaches to hit that goal between my husband's account and my coach and all of that. So I basically got those 10 people and I plugged them in, and then I had some holes to fill for sure because it was not super stable. But what that hustle did in a week period is it showed my team, number one, what you can do when you put your foot to the metal, pedal to the metal, whatever that phrase is. So they started being like, oh, okay, Abby has 2 little kids. Abby's not getting sleep. Abby, they know my life. They know I don't have time. So they know what I'm working with. I shared every script that I had, every message, every email. I saved them all, shared it with my team, and they started doing the same thing. So it lit a fire under them, and it set the example where I was like, you know what, guys, I love you, but I'm not going to wait for you to suddenly decide that you want to make an effort in this business and are not just going to get discouraged constantly. I'm just going to go for it. And if we hit it, we hit it. And if not, totally fine. But I'm going to run even if you guys don't want to. So it ignited their fire, and then what that did is honestly it built confidence for myself. It helped me be like, oh yeah, I can do this. And then what it did also is as those recognition things started to come out, as I started to get the shout outs and things like that, it started attracting the working coaches to my team that I want. And so really, if you're in a space right now where you feel like, gosh, I'm just dragging people and no one gets my vision, don't give up on that. But figure out what you need to do, and it may take some sacrifices. It may take you signing up a ton of discount coaches. It may take you taking a hit on a commission and giving that person to a downline coach or whatever that is for you. But creating your own momentum sometimes is what has to happen in order for you to break through that ceiling or whatever it is that's kind of been holding you in one place and to start to propel your business forward. And so that's what I did. Now when I start my new coaches, kind of what we do is I plug them into, like probably so many of you guys do as well, but I plug them into a little new coach mentorship pod on Facebook. I have some that are dead. I have some that are great. So it kind of just depends. And again, even with new coaches, I'm not necessarily dragging them. I'm a little more hands-on with them because I want them to know that I'm here for them and I share with them, all the things. But we have a team Google Doc that I share, or a Google folder that I've shared with my entire team, and I have it broken down by scripts, pricing picks, challenge group guides. There's literally everything that I use, I just store in that Google Docs. And so I'm constantly referencing my team back there because it helps them be self-sufficient. And they know, okay, if I need invite examples or follow-up examples or pricing picks for Morning Meltdown or whatever it is, it's all there and it's really, really organized. And so that has helped a lot, kind of creating that self-sufficiency and a system that's duplicatable. And then with my new coaches, I have a self-paced 2-week new coach university that's on the site called Thinkific. It's free. So I just set it all there and they can go through that on their own. And then I have the little Facebook Messenger pod where I kind of do the day-to-day assignments. And I don't trust that they are going to go through that training on their own. I'm the kind of girl who loves to go through all the learning stuff, but I know that not everybody is. So what I do in there every day is I give them an assignment. So it might be like, hey, we're going to start inviting to this group. We're going to start round 2 of Morning Meltdown on the 12th. Here's the invites that I'm sending today. You guys go and send 5 of these and check back in when you've done that. And so I kind of give them, I don't necessarily, and if they start asking questions of like, well, what does it mean? Like, how do I do share car? I direct them back and I'm like, hey, that was in module 1 of our new coach training. Go check that out there. So again, it's really trying to create that self-sufficiency with them and a system that's duplicatable for my team. So that's what I do. There's not really anything magical in it, but I would say that this last 2 years, and I'm going to try not to get emotional, have been some of the hardest personally in my life, just physically. Like my daughter doesn't sleep. We've got a lot of family stuff, losing our baby this year. All of that has been really hard. But this business, guys, when you lean into it, is pure magic. And it's such a gift. It is such a gift. And if you're in a season right now that feels hard or you feel discouraged, I don't know if any of you can relate to me. I'm very competitive, I'm very driven, and I get very, very discouraged by comparison when I look around and I see other girls who were at NLC with me 2 years ago that have been elite 2 years in a row and I haven't, or whatever. But then I have to take a step back and say, the struggles that in my life are not the same that are in theirs. And my goals for my business when I started this was to be able to stay home with my kids. And gosh dang it, I did it. Like, how amazing is that? And sometimes we lose sight of the beauty and the gift of what we get to do because we're so distracted by the next level and the next rank. And those things are dang important because they will grow your business. But sometimes you need to just take that step back and appreciate where you are today and be filled with gratitude for the fact that your job is to help people get healthy and fit and to find that confidence and to find that freedom and to find that joy.
What'd you think?
Good.
You guys like her? I liked her.
I do like her. Yeah.
I thought that was really important because a lot of us, as soon as something happens, we're like, oh, I can't coach. Like that's the first thing that goes where it should be like the last thing that goes because it'll keep you positive and grounded. And I mean, we've all done it. And then we're like, why'd we do that?
Yeah.
It makes me feel so much better.
Makes me feel better, which is probably why we do it, because we're moms and we tend to get rid of the things that are for us.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
So I really liked her, how she does the discount coaches. I thought,
Oh my God, I know. I wish that I could like really write fast so I could write it all down. I loved it.
well, we all have this recorded now, but I know I was thinking, I'm like, I got to go back to that video and actually like word for word write it down and then share it. Because
I struggle all the time trying to explain that. I'm like,
right, I know.
You're a coach, but you don't have to coach. Like I get awkward.
I feel like I say too much and then I'm like, oh, and I just mess everything all up.
But I like that she doesn't even ask. She's just like, here you go.
Right.
If you don't like this, then let me know, but this is what you're doing.
Yep.
And no wonder she signed up 10 discount coaches in a week, you know?
Exactly.
On the flash sale, I'm sure. I mean, help. So I was just thinking, well, damn, should we do a flash sale, like a back to school flash sale in September?
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah, when it settles down a little bit. Yeah.
Right. Like the second week in September or something, like once everybody's back in school, they've gotten through a week or two of routine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was also thinking, she talked about the refresh thing too. I mean, we could do something like after Halloween that has to do with like refresh, like reset yourself because after eating all this candy, because we're going to eat candy.
Getting ready for the holidays.
Yep.
Well, you know what I totally forgot about too, and I thought about it before August 1st hit, was but when the whole calendar came out for August, the refresh is on sale this month. And I was like, oh, we should do another refresh group. And then, life hit me and I forgot. But I think it's on sale the end of the month.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's something you could say to people when you're talking to them. And I think it's like 10% off or something.
Okay.
Just to throw it out there. It's in your coach email that you get every month. I don't know the exact date, but yeah, I like the after Halloween refresh. That's a good idea. And I feel like they tend to do something like every season with that too. But still, even if they don't, who cares? What's 10%? $5.
Right.
Here's a beach bar. Here's your special bonus. I'm going to send you an extra shake packet. So many things you could do add to it. What else did you guys like, or what else popped out at you? I always think it's interesting to see what each of us kind of takes away from a different video.
Like my big like light bulb was that discount coach thing. I'm like, I need that in my life right now. Yeah.
For sure. When we get off here, I'm going to go back and listen real quick.
Write it all down.
Right. Here you guys go. Here's the script. Yeah, and I like how we have a Google Doc, but I'm terrible at updating it. I'm always like, oh, here, it's in our team page. Here, it's in our team page. But I like the idea of just having everything in it. Like I have my own Google Doc, but I feel like I need to like organize it all and have it accessible. So I think that's so easy. Duh, like here, you hand your new coach this Google Doc and they have it all.
Yeah.
I do like that.
I use it very well, so I don't like that. I don't know how to use it. I look at it. I have it on my phone, but I don't really understand it. So.
Oh, where's your tech girl? She needs to give you a Google Drive lesson.
I know. I need to go to Heather's house.
Look, my coach sent this to me. Can you like tell me how to use it?
Exactly.
Like, no, just keep posting pictures in the thread, please.
Yes, please just do that because then I can I can find it.
Your notes.
I'm learning so much. I posted on YouTube, you guys.
No, I'm very impressed.
You posted on YouTube? When did you do that?
I did. I talked about myself.
I told her she had to give me her story and post it on YouTube and send me the link. Do you have the link?
So I don't know how to do that. I just know I did it and it's there, and I pushed a button when you said go find yourself. I went and I pushed a little button on the right-hand corner and I was like, oh, it is there.
So when you're looking at your video, there should be a little share button below. And it should give you a link that you can send to me.
Oh, so if I'm in YouTube and I hit, there's a letter B in the right-hand corner. I hit that, and then my account pops up.
Yeah. And then your video's there.
It says my name and why I love coaching so much.
So click on the video. So it's like about to play.
No. Oh, what happened? Nope. I don't know where I went. My name is there, and it says my account.
You might have to send me your account.
And I tapped on the letter D, and then I popped up.
So is your video up?
Well, it says uploads, and it says public.
Okay.
Is your video in one of those?
And I'm right there. There I am.
There you are.
So at the bottom, does it have a share button?
Hang on. No, it just says
Little dots somewhere.
no share button.
If you click on the top, the top where you're
The
Okay.
URL, like the computer address.
the URL.
It says at the very, very top, it has 3 dots on the right, a little search,
Like where it says YouTube at the very top of your phone.
It doesn't say that.
Are you like in the YouTube app?
Are you in an app or are you on Safari?
No, I'm in YouTube. Like,
All right.
I don't know.
Look for 3 dots.
I don't have a YouTube app, so you might have to help her.
Look for 3 dots.
Okay, I have 3 dots on the right hand corner.
Yep, tap on those suckers.
Okay. Oh, and there's share popped up.
There you go.
You're so fabulous. Okay, share.
Now copy.
Yeah, copy link, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And paste it into our team thread. Or to me, it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
And then send me the picture you want.
Send you a picture too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That picture tonight was really cute, by the way.
I loved it.
What picture?
The one you posted tonight.
Being very thoughtful.
I didn't make a post tonight. Shit.
Let's see. All right. So,
Anyway.
oh, we're good.
Cheryl, did you make me a video yet?
No, sorry. I can do it after I get off with you tonight.
Okay. Or tomorrow. Whatever's easier. Carrie,
I just wanted to.
Carrie, you have to make me a video too, unless you already have one.
I have that one that I did a while ago in my car with my kids, like pawing at me and pulling my hair and talking.
It's your story, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you send that to me? Can you upload it to YouTube and send it to me?
I have to say
Oh, YouTube? No kidding.
Yes, YouTube.
If I can find it.
I'm putting together, the document is done except for that page.
Okay.
Do you know how Tara has that, like, what is coaching document? And it's so pretty and beautiful. Yeah. I made one for us. So I want all of our videos in it and not random people on Team Dream Again.
Okay.
I think
If I can find it, I will send it.
You did it. I got it.
I did it.
Good work.
I think
I'm proud of you.
I think I babbled like way too much. Like I'm very I didn't say I should have used different verbiage like words and stuff when I was talking and stuff like that. I get sort of stuck and I start repeating myself. So but I just like, I couldn't watch it anymore and redo it. I was feeling a little bit like, oh, and then it kept getting worse. So,
What you sent me the other day was really good. I didn't
Yeah.
think you repeated yourself or
no,
anything.
I just, yeah, so I figured, along the way, I'm only going to get better at doing it. So I'll just see my improvement and I'll be really happy about myself. So
There you go.
I just had to like get rid of it. Like,
I gotta make one too. I keep forgetting because mine's like 3 years old or 2 years old.
so, and then you need a picture.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
I'm going to
of your face
my face.
to
Okay.
go in a little circle.
All right. I'm going to send you a couple and then you just pick one.
All right. That's fine.
I can't just.
Oh lordy, this isn't it.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you. You guys have anything you want to talk about? Discuss? Ask questions? We good?
Yeah.
Everybody ready for bed?
I don't know what time
No.
it is. Almost.
Oh, I'm ready for bed.
Me too.
I woke up to Jake's alarm this morning, blaring through my house like a fire alarm.
Oh my god.
Downstairs, I woke up to his alarm. He slept through it. And then I found his phone in the hallway. I'm like, why is your phone outside of your room?
It's like, 'cause I didn't want that alarm waking me up.
No, he goes, what do you mean my phone was outside of my room? I'm like, oh my God. Get up, go to work. Get up. Silly boy. All right. So, good night, Clea.
Oh, good.
All right, good night. Thank
Good
you.
night. You're welcome. I'll see you guys soon.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.